Hello everybody, Dodger here, back in Assetto Corsa. Continuing on through the career here, we've done Novice Series 1 and 2. Now we're moving on to Novice Series 3, which looks like it's going to be all KTM Crossbow or Expo challenges, and another one that we need 2 bronzes and a silver to complete. We're going to probably pick the races rather than the time attacks, because in these relatively easy ones, I think they're going to be a little bit more entertaining. Let's see, we have the Imola race, we have a Valinga race, Nürburgring Sprint, and another Imola race. Looks like it's all the same car. Perhaps this one is in... Nope, they are all in the same exact car. Ultralight race at Imola. What is the difference between that one and this one? I'm not really sure. This one is to get at least 3rd place. And this one is, oh, this one's against other cars. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to do those 2 first. So I'm going to do the Expo R at Imola, and actually then I'll do the one at Nürburgring, and then the one at Imola again with more cars. For this episode, I think I'm just going to record the game screen here in the intro, and we'll just do race to race to race without looking at the game screen in between to try and save me a whole lot of work. Unfortunately, the way Assetto Corsa is set up, this main menu has to be recorded in something else besides Fraps. So it's very complicated because OBS, which I'm using to record here, will not record the actual in-game footage or the racing footage. So I'm doing the best I can. But okay, let's go ahead and get started with the Expo at Imola against just other Expos. I think this one we can probably get home with a gold. That's my feeling. Alright, as we get ready to go here, it looks like we are going out on a optimal track, 100% grip, good temperature and asphalt temperature. We have an 8-car field, starting from the back. Let's see if we can win this one. This is a, I do not remember, is this a 8-shifter or paddle shifter? Looks like his hand's in the position of a 8-shifter, so that's what I am going with. I've spent minimal time in this car. I do recall it being rather fun to drive. It apparently locks up the tires very easily. It's another one that, oh, whoa, okay. Fun to drive, not easy to drive. I think that's going to warrant a restart. I don't think we're going to have time to recover from that one. Interesting. This may not be quite as easy as I anticipated. Luckily, it is very easy and quick to restart. No painful loading times or anything like that. I need to turn my volume up here. I was not able to hear the car. And with that interesting gauge cluster, if you will. Oops. It's a little hard to tell when to shift. I especially don't like it being in the middle. I would much rather it be in line with the steering wheel. Oh, man. I didn't learn my lesson from last time, did I? This car seems very hard to recover. Like once you're sideways, it just kind of wants to keep going that way. I suppose that is the nature of a mid-engine car, but stronger than I even kind of expected. Right. Looks like we're once again able to pass pretty easy in the braking zones at this point. Oh, we took a little light arm damage there. I guess that's the danger of a basically open wheel car. Let's see how that affects it. Suspension damage is modeled. I don't think it's quite as well modeled as, say, Live for Speed, which was very, I think, ahead of the curve as far as that kind of stuff goes. Oh man, it is. Sorry, I don't know how that damaged my right front A-arm, but you know, it happened. I like that my little tiny windscreen cracked. I don't think that would actually happen. I hate this turn so much. what was I saying? Yeah, and Live for Speed, the way the suspension damage was modeled was pretty spectacular. It worked in a... Whoops! I don't know what gear I was supposed to be in there, but it wasn't that one. All out of sorts. Okay, I officially do not like this thing. Officially not a fan. So now we're down on power. Suspension's all bent up. All bent up. This is not going well. Well, I think my thought's completely gone there. Something Live for Speed, something good. Let's try and focus on driving a little bit, huh? Now that my steering wheel's way off. Engine's down on power. Still locking up the brakes. Which I guess is to be expected in a car that is this light. Let's see if we can reel him back in. I do need at least one silver in these. I was expecting this one to be the easiest one to get that in. However, Imola is not my best track. I think I'm actually seeing a little bit of front tire wear, perhaps, or maybe that's flat spotting. That's not a thing I've seen on the graph before. Game did just get a update, though. Easy now. We are on pre-release, or not pre-release, release candidate 104. Oh man, it is not wanting to turn. That's unfortunate. Go, car, go. Still holding third, but barely. Second gear, please. Thank you. Not sure if that's flat spotted or where. I'm guessing flat spotted. Whoops. Which would mean that now the tires are going to want to flat spot even more because they're going to get hung up in that spot. It just keeps getting worse. Don't know much about this car. I'm assuming it's turbo. I'm hearing a little bit of turbo wind down. Doesn't seem to really drive like a turbo car. Overall, none of the lower power turbo cars in the game really kind of behave like I would expect a turbo car to behave. But I think that could just be... Oh yeah, see how it wants to lock up really easy now? I think that could just be my personal experience is with older turbo cars. The newer turbo tech doesn't have nearly as much lag or spikiness in it. So that's probably going to have an effect on my opinion of that. So we're finally getting a clean lap in, even with all of this damage. Coming for you, Sven. Jikamir. The last name of that guy looks like it should be some kind of, like, expensive hard liquor. Hold on, guys, I gotta get my Jackamire. The easy car, it's so twitchy on the brakes. It's gonna be a good spot, though. He's probably got a little bit more straightaway speed on me. Shove it down in... Oh! Jerk! What a jerk! Oh man, now it's really bent. That was not me. That was not my fault. Everything up to that was my fault. That one, not my fault. Oh, this is going to be very difficult. Yep, I cannot drive it. Luckily we had quite a gap, but I have a feeling, oh yeah, it does not want to turn. We still have one lap to go. I'll try it. but it's very much so not happy at the moment. Okay. Let's brake a little early and kind of block. Into gear, please. If I am able to hold him off with a car driving like this, I believe that should be some kind of achievement. We've got 4 bent A-arms. I've repositioned my hands on the steering wheel to kind of like trick myself into believing that it's driving straight. Okay. Look at that, I actually have a positive delta right now. I didn't break it, I fixed it. If you don't believe me, I don't blame you. Okay, green stuff is bad. So me and my brother have named it. It is Teflon. Oh man. That was hairy. Turn please, thank you. These are the turns that are really going to be challenging. Oh, it does not want to stop. It does not want to stop. He's very close. Very close. Still clear. It does not want to turn here. Does not want to brake anywhere. No! It just rolls onto the right side. It may... Oh no, that penalty's probably going to screw me. Is anyone behind us? No. Well, somehow we're still going to squeak out a bronze in this. Which kind of highlights how poor the AI are in these. Their performance. Crash. So yeah, I got some work to do in the next one. Alrighty, this race will be at the Nürburgring Sprint Track. Another 8-car field, starting from the back. As always, everything looks good as far as the track goes, and I prefer this track in some ways. It's not my favorite track in the world, but I do like it more than Imola, especially in a car like this. Looks like we got another even field, everybody in crossbows. So once again, I feel confident, but last race should tell me that I shouldn't be very confident. I think I've just got to avoid... I was going to say avoid locking up. And now I've got to avoid locking wheels. This car is not a fan of wheel-to-wheel contact, as you would expect. Up to 3rd place in turn 1 though, that's okay. I like how the shifting animation kind of like tries to predict when you're going to shift. And a lot of times it kind of fails at it. A lot of games I see wait until you actually make a shift to display the animation. Which means that it looks a little faster than it should, but at least it doesn't do it then when it shouldn't. Oh look, it's Sven again. And then the most creative name in the world ahead of him, John O'Doe. I bet you somebody made a lot of money to come up with that name. I don't think so. It seemed like they got a little bit more speed in them this race though. Still pretty crappy under braking though. Oops. Oh, come on. Get off of me, Sven. This doesn't seem to have broken anything. A little body damage here and there. It's fine with me. Let's see if we can run down John Doe here. Anything like that Imola race, he's probably going to be massively faster than we are. Watch out, John! I got brakes locked up like crazy. Oh, come on. That was not penalty worthy. These penalties are so obnoxious sometimes. What is this, Formula One? I don't think so. This track overall is kind of just difficult to find markers for. There's just something about it that the turns don't lead in very smoothly. They're kind of jarring the way they lead in. I should blow up the tranny like always. Do you wonder whose Borks those are? Alright, jeez. Gear grinder. I haven't actually exploded a transmission yet. And I do mean yet. I expect it to happen. I can close in on him enough in braking. That was not a bad shift. They have got to expand the gates on these trannies. I felt like I closed a little bit that lap, but not enough. I'm glad to see the difficulties maybe stepping up a little. The first two series were not encouraging. Quit locking up. Yeah, they were not encouraging in that they were seeming to be maybe a little too easy. But it was very early in the career. I've seen and gotten some comments about people being a little disappointed with the career mode in Assetto Corsa. Honestly, I can't say I'm disappointed because this is pretty much exactly what I expected of it. This game has not been created to be a Forza Motorsports. Oh, there was a nice run there. Take advantage of it. Let's get the inside line here, though. Cleared him. Yeah, this is not meant to be a Forza or a Gran Turismo even. It's definitely set up more in the spirit of a racing simulation, and the focus was always on that. So to have this much of a career mode, I think is acceptable. It's still such a great driving experience that it totally makes up for lack of like a storyline or stuff like that. I can live without those. Not to say if somebody couldn't combine a storyline from like a pro race driver with driving dynamics of something like this, it would probably be an interesting game. That would be a gigantic undertaking. Boy, I could use ABS in this thing. Or at least some stickier tires. I think it almost feels like maybe it's on a very street tire, and not even maybe like a high-performance street tire. Overall, it does not seem to have a whole lot of mechanical grip. Whoa, what happened there, car? What, did I make fun of you? And you were just like, don't make fun of me. I spin out. Just carried it around there. Goodbye, gold. I'm gonna break your transmission all I want now. You were a jerk. It's pushing like crazy. I don't know if it has anything to do with maybe the fact my front tires are flat spotted. I know they're showing up yellow. It's too bad, we have a lot of speed here. Even now I'm catching them, but not going to have nearly enough time. It's not the end of the world. All we needed was silver. Screw you, transmission. Watch it blow up or does it go across the line or something? Alright, well, silver medal. Not the end of the world. We'll be able to continue on. Next one's going to be Imola with a mixed field, which could be rather difficult. Alrighty, so with this mixed field, I would fully expect to try and pull away, like, right off the line. These full-bodied cars, road cars, are not going to have the crazy acceleration that this thing has. Once it finally hooks up, go. Those 211s are probably going to be quick. Let's see if we can do some threading of the needle here. Watch out! Okay, somehow that damaged my rear bumper. Down into turn 1. They could have a little bit more drivability, for sure. What the hell? Okay, that's cool. Everybody just line up behind me as I'm going crazy. That's fine, that's fine. Damage chart, I could live without you. I know I have magical rear bumper damage, but I don't really need to see that. Gosh, that was exactly the kind of example of why I'm not really enjoying driving this. It's very snappy and very unresponsive. Those two don't typically go together. Usually a car that's snappy is because it's basically over-responsive. This one, you give it steering input, it doesn't sometimes seem like it even cares about it. You'll even care, car. Right. Got that turn fairly well. That's a rather difficult one. This one, I'm terrible at in anything I drive. I just never seem to know when to brake for it. Woo! Especially when you downshift too aggressively. Stay out of the grass. I do like seeing the suspension bob back and forth. That's pretty cool. It's your only saving grace, car. So you got cool suspension popping out. Other than that, I hate you. See, my tiny little windscreen's broken again, somehow. See you getting hit from the rear. Because you know that happens. I think it's easier to shift in iRacing than it is in this. Much more forgiving, anyway. Certainly much easier in real life. Now, it is worth noting that I am a left foot braker, so I am trying to rev match my shifts, my downshifts. I think that may have something to do with it. Like, I don't think they necessarily programmed it to accept that. They want you to probably be heel-toeing, clutching every downshift. It's just not necessary, especially in a car like this. So you gotta clean that time. Seems like you really gotta let it rev down. Perhaps it's the gear spacing that's throwing me off. Nice lap shaping up here. This is a very tricky turn because on exit there it tightens up. Whoa, easy now. One of these races I will destroy a transmission. We will find out what happens. It will probably be sooner rather than later. Let it rev down, there we go. It seems to be the ticket. Let it come way down on the RPM. Yeah, it's still ground this time. Well, now that I'm like 5 seconds ahead, they seem to have kind of stabled out and are running the same speeds as me. I wonder if it's because the 211s were buried in the pack. Because those are the cars that I think should have been the same pace. Or maybe the other KTM has made its way to the front. Guess we'll find out in the end. It's going to be a rather uneventful race. Lost the nose there. Still going to be a pretty good lap. About a second and a half up on my previous. One more lap. Let's see if maybe we can drop another second. It's definitely got it in it. Wait for the shifts. Easy on the gas out of here because it likes to push wide. Not bad, not bad. Easy to drop tires with this thing. Still killing gears. I would rather this not be the race we find out about this transmission exploding, or if it happens. Let's actually keep it in third through here this time. Get a little better drive out of the turn. Up the hill. Down to fourth. Ooh, that was bad. Lockup. Oh, I hate that stupid grass. Stupid Teflon. It's so tempting to go out there, but it's no good when you do it. And it's random. Some of them seem much slicker than others. Like that one there, you can get on there and it's pretty stable. Keep it third through here as well. I'm gaining a little time. Not a whole lot. It's tricky though, right-hander that really upsets your entry to the left-hander here, especially in the much faster cars. It definitely threw me off there. Alright, well, not any better this lap. But we'll be bringing home a gold. And what I thought would be the hardest challenge, but definitely was not. Alrighty, well that wraps up the final challenge in this group of events with a gold medal. So we got 1 gold, 1 silver, and 1 bronze. There is our series gold achieved seal thing. I don't know what this means. Maybe that means silver? I have no idea. And now, Novice Series 4 is unlocked. What a shocking development that is. Let's take a look at that one. Which is back to this. Looks like there is 7 events in this one, and this one it looks like we're going to be driving some Lotus cars, which is very much so appreciated because that KTM can suck it. I hated that car, and pretty much every Lotus I've driven in the game I've enjoyed, so these should be a lot of fun. I don't know, it looks like we need 3 bronzes and a silver, so we need to do 1 more event in this one, and these look like they're going to be pretty much all at Silverstone, which is also a track I enjoy. So next one should be pretty fun. But thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you next time.